Hey, what's good with the YouTube, boy? This is your homie Rojo. This is the Rojo World, man. As you can tell, we're going to talk about them dogs, Fresno Bulldogs. They're with the business. Everybody always gets it twisted that they're not because they're solo. Don't get it twisted. They'll twist you. There was an operation, man, a couple years back. It was called Alpha Dog. It was a significant indictment in the Fresno area. And we'll get right to it because why BS around? You know what I mean? Fresno police and multiple federal agencies Friday announced the arrest of Bulldog gang leaders allegedly involved in human trafficking, sales of firearms, and narcotics in an operation dubbed Alpha Dog that involved extensive use of wiretaps on gang shot callers since 2016. Dreyer labeled those arrested the scum of the earth for trafficking in women. He said the operation in which the department partnered with the FBI, DEA, ATF, Homeland Security, and other agencies clearly demonstrates that the untouchables are touchable. Drugs were distributed, and females were coerced into prostitution in areas as far-ranging as New York, Iowa, and Texas. Thursday morning, officers served 13 federal and state search warrants and 25 arrest warrants. There were 32 arrests, including several gang members, such as Gabriel Gomez, 26, Daniel Villanueva, 19, Garrett Travis Franklin, 27, and others, some who still remain at large. 13 pounds of methamphetamines and multiple firearms, including fully automatic machine guns, were seized. The chief said wiretaps on gang members allowed officers to intervene and stop 6 gang shootings and led to the arrest of gang member Alberto Perez, who bragged about shooting his target on a Fresno freeway in June 26th, although the victim turned out to be an innocent party. A total of 630,000 communication intercepts took place during the operation. U.S. Attorney Philip Talbert said the indictment will show guns were sold outside Fresno area restaurants and Fashion Fair Mall. Pistols had serial numbers obliterated, and agents also recovered a ghost gun, an assault weapon that was created without numbers. Automobiles that were seized included a Porsche Panamera and a Mercedes AMG. Fresno County District Attorney Lisa Smitkamp emphasized that the human trafficking victims sent to cities where they were forced to take drugs and work around the clock for pimps often face years or even a lifetime recovering from their exploitation. Federal defendants in Operation Alpha Dog, Carlos Montano, Filiberto Chavez, Robin Gill, Juan Persino, Nicholas Bolanos, Amina Padilla, Robert Lockhart, Delfonso Soto, Carlos Melgar, Jenny Fraze, Cisco Hernandez, Miguel Murillo, Adolfo Mendoza, Jesus Melgareo, and Cesar Gutierrez. Anyway, man, the point of this one was, just like I talked about the AB, with their heroin and methamphetamine operation running in Sacramento that helped assist their particular homeboys that were locked up in New Folsom and probably other places as well. Money flows in and out here and there. Any group can get it. Now, the Fresno Bulldogs are not considered a prison gang like the AB, the NF, or the MA. They still get hit with federal indictments. You know what I mean? So, when we talk about the gang life and the consequences it could lead to and the indictments and the Buck Rogers release date, star date 2537 and all that kind of stuff, you don't necessarily have to make that ultimate step. And that's what we're trying to tell you, is to be aware of the possible ramifications of your actions. So hey, I didn't join no prison organization. I'm just a Norteño. I'm just a Sereno. I'm just a Bulldog. That doesn't apply to me. Think again. Anytime that there's an ongoing criminal enterprise which intelligently plots, has common identification symbols, numbers, designs. It's at least 3 or more people that have rules that they must follow. You're subject to the RICO predicates. It doesn't take a lot. Now, usually, do they waste their time prosecuting, a small handful of homies from a certain individual neighborhood? No, they usually don't waste their time and resources. You know what I mean? They bring in all these agencies. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get the high profile, big arrests. Fresno Bulldogs, they're a big, big, big group when you put them all into one, lump sum. There's 15, 20 different neighborhoods of Bulldogs, and they don't necessarily always even get along on the streets, but they're still Bulldogs. So they're looked at as a conglomerate. They're looked at as one, and they are for all intents and purposes, whether they have momentary beefs on the streets or whatnot. When they go to prison, they're all riding together. If they got something that they don't like about another dude, I'm pretty sure they're allowed to throw hands about it, which is the gentleman's way of doing it. Contrary to the belief of some other groups that want to determine right, wrong, and whoop-de-whoop. Sometimes people need to get that out of their system. It's my opinion. Let them throw them things. But, the Bulldogs are a deep group. They're well-rooted. They got the connections, the resources, and they handle their business. You know what I mean? They're in the mix actively every single day. All this recent talk about not getting off no buses and they're not going to go to this prison. They're not. Yeah, they are. You could stop kidding yourself and letting people, pump you up. Like nobody's even moved yet. Let alone the Bulldogs would definitely not be the first group to go. They're going to send some low-level, non-factor type people to see how that works out before they start introducing Bulldogs. So don't let your people pump you up and pretend like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the big dog on the block. Man, when it comes time, it's not going to be something you heard from your people. It's going to be on the news. I've been doing this stuff a long time, man. You're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. It just doesn't work like that. There's always little rumors about, certain groups this, certain groups that. They're not organized. They don't have no structure. Hey, they haven't been organized or had no structure since the late 80s, and they're still rocking GP. Whatever they got going on is working, and whether you like them or don't like them, the thing is about being a man, respect should be given where it's earned. And all that non-respecting one group or another group or whatever. It sounds good to talk about it online. It sounds good to say what you would do and how you would get off and this and that. Well, when them level 4 Bulldogs show up, hope you're there, and you could try to handle your business, man. But I'm gonna tell you a couple things. It ain't gonna be easy, and they ain't gonna run, and they're gonna get off the bus, straight up. So anyway, enough about that, man. I don't like little gossips and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. A lot of people don't like the Bulldogs. That's their choice as adults. You know what I mean? You could like who you don't want to like. There's who am I to say who you should like or don't like? And who is anybody else? It's irrelevant what I think. But I'm just going to tell you straight up, they're going to earn their respect. They're going to handle their business. So don't fall into the hoopla going out, the propaganda. It just doesn't work like that, man. I've been around too long to even entertain the idea that a whole group of dudes didn't get off a bus. Just not me. So anyway, indictments, man, they come. They keep coming. That's what, man, there's a few things you got to look forward to, man. If you're in that gang lifestyle, investigations, dead homies, putting in work, looking at double-digit plus time. and sitting behind them walls, man. And then having to worry about shit like, man, are they going to, I've been on this peaceful yard for 5 years. They're going to bring a whole busload of dogs. Hopefully they don't get off the bus. They're getting off the bus. You know what I mean? Like the gang life, man, it's glorified and held to this standard of, man, them dudes are, you know what I'm saying? If you can be manipulated into thinking that that's what's really cool in life, you're going to have a tough road ahead of you because you're going to fall right along that path and get yourself a whole bunch of time. But these indictments can happen at any given time to any group, man. White, black, Latino, Asian, it doesn't matter. If you're out there making noise and they're tired of you and they're tired of getting lucky and pulling you over with a gun or tired of getting, you know, a confidential information to say you did this or that, you're big enough, they're going to bring in the big boys. Once they bring them in, if you are doing something, it's over, man. It is over. Too many resources, too much money to throw around, too much time, too much technology, too much everything. And it's going to come as a big shocker when you get whopped with that. Oh, well, our offer's 17. Before what? I got a DUI once 20 years ago. Man, you got a federal RICO now, though. Don't matter what you got before. And that's going to put you in a box. You either take the deal, go to trial and get more time, or tell. That's the only 3 options at the end of the day. That's how those things play out. Straight up. Anyway, this is just a short one. I got to go to work today, so I got to get ready. It's your boy Rojo. This is the Rojo Room. Enjoy the rest of your day.